Hey everyone, it's Don O'Callahan. I'm proud to be a professor of English this semester. This is English 112 W01, totally online. Um, we have about 13, 14 people in the class. I'm in my office on Saturday. That's when I do my recordings, and then I upload them to YouTube, and they have to inspect them, and then they're ready to post on Monday. Your Canvas homepage is active, and you can find the syllabus there, and it's very straightforward. It's professional foundations of professional writing. Um, you should know that I spent a lot of time in the private sector before becoming a professor at Delgado, and I was before becoming a professor here full time. I was adjuncting at night, so and working at Lockheed Martin Engineering Company. I worked for them in over in Orlando for a year, even though I'm born and raised here. I went over there to get that job. And then they transferred me back here to New Orleans to work on the Space Shuttle project at the Michoud Assembly Facility in New Orleans East. Well, that closed down. And when it did, Delgado asked me to become a professor here full time. And so it's my privilege to be your professor this semester for English 112. And when there's a difference between professional writing, as you already know, and essay writing, academic writing. So we're not going to write essays per se, but we're going to write things that think workforce. What would you do in the workforce? Professional writing. I have a lot of experience in the workforce. I worked for other engineering companies as well before Lockheed Martin, and there's a lot of report writing, lot of SOPs, which are standard operating procedures, and it's very formulaic, and you cannot um, write anything differently or improvise on it. It's that way, the way the company wants it, or it's no way. The government is very strict, as you can imagine, in its operating procedures, um, very strict, and you have to do it their way. And you work with engineers. I wrote many reports with engineers who supplied data, of course, and I put it all together with in between materials, executive summary, and all that sort of thing, conclusion, and then put it together with charts and figures and so forth for both the Department of Defense and for NASA for the space shuttle contract. Um, Consider that we're going to start off with a smaller assignment first, and then we'll build. But when I teach English 101 and 102, of course I'm saying essays, write this essay. But so I won't refer to them as essays because in professional writing, in this course, it's not really essays that we're going to write. It's going to write, keep thinking workforce. What I'm going to throw at you will be workforce related and very specific. And you're still going to follow form, content, and grammar as I preach in every class that I teach here. That's no different in English 112. But the content is different. We're going to look at professional writing, think business writing. It's totally different than writing an essay, as I'm sure you already know. Think about technical writing. For instance, when you buy a new toaster, the directions that you read as you about to plug it in, well, that's technical writing. The engineering that I wrote for the Department of Defense and for the Space Shuttle project, that's technical writing, and then reports along with that as well. So I'll throw some interesting things at you. Each week you'll have a due date for these assignments. You'll have a lot, enough time, typically 10 days. It's going to be somewhere between 9, 10, 12 days to complete the assignment, something like that. It may vary a little bit. We'll get started. I'm recording today and Saturday. YouTube has to look at the video, and then I'll upload it on Monday, and then I'll also upload your first assignment on Monday. You'll see that on Canvas. Always check for updates. Right now, your Canvas page is up and running, though. You got the syllabus, you have some information about the course, you have a parts of speech and grammar module. That's in case you're a little deficient in, for instance, verbs, fragments, run-ons, and so forth. You can crack that open anytime you want and start looking at those exercises. And I have 3 full chapters there, too, on those 3 things I just mentioned. And a couple links on sentence types, simple sentence, compound, complex, or a compound dash complex sentence. Be familiar with those because those are used too, of course, to write longer sentences in the workplace. Just remember that specificity yields clarity, and that everything you write must be specific and grammatically correct and logically conveyed from top to bottom. If you write an essay in English 101 or 102, same thing applies. If you're out in the workforce, of course. You will be, same thing applies, you will be well respected if you can speak well and write well. Very well respected. Very, very quickly noticed. Similarly, if you can't speak well or write well, you'll be noticed for that too. You don't want to be noticed for that. But everything is exact in the workforce. If I can let a few grammatical errors go in English 101 or 102, I can't let them go in this professional writing course. I'm going to point them out to you, and points will come off. Do open up, I'll put some information about a rubric up there soon, this coming week. And then the syllabus is up and running right there. Consider that you will follow a certain structure, like you do with the MLA essay writing in English 101 and 102. There's a certain structure to follow, and I'll give you examples of writing. For instance, a cover letter to seek employment, the resume itself. Look for that coming up, and then reports and anything else that I throw your way. A business letter, all sorts of things like that. There are all sorts of professional writing examples I'll post continually. You should be alerted through your email and that you signed up with Canvas on, that something else has been posted to your English 112 Canvas homepage. What I'll do, the Start Here module is going to be first on your Canvas homepage. Okay, and what I'll start doing is stacking above that the writings the assignments. I'll call it, whatever, I'll title it number 1, and then number 2 will be on top of that, number 3 on top of that. So you'll always go to the top of your page, and your new assignment will be waiting there for you, rather than put it at the bottom of the page. It'll be the first thing you see, and it's all on the Canvas homepage. So just remember that there is a difference between business writing, writing in the workplace, and of course academic writing, like English 101 and 102 and so forth. But so I'm getting you ready for the workplace. And I always mention this in my other English classes as well, that I'm getting you ready for the higher level English classes, but also for the workplace, and to excel in the workforce. Once again, if you can speak well and write well, you've got a leg up over the competition, that's for sure. Because jobs, especially in the New Orleans area, are not plentiful. Let them know what your assets are, your strengths, and then and let them know that you're motivated. The potential employers, I'm saying, and it starts with that interview. But how do you get the interview? Well, you have to write an excellent cover letter and an excellent resume, and I mean no mistakes. Think about it. If you had a business yourself and you got a cover letter and a resume from somebody and they had mistakes in it, would you call them? Why would you call them? Because you already see that they don't know basic grammar, or they don't know structure, and they're making mistakes already. So if you hired them, then logically they would make mistakes at your place of business, and you can't have that. So it's writing, foundations of professional writing. Excuse me. Think about the workplace and what you can bring to it, and you can bring a lot to it. All your skills, especially speaking well and writing well, and bringing your expertise in whatever you have an expertise in. So we'll focus on various forms of writing, all business related and professional writing, as mentioned in the title of the course. And we'll get things done one by one. We'll start off a little slow, like I'll put up an assignment for you during the week. Look for video updates as well, because I typically come in my office on Saturdays to catch up on work and do videos to upload to YouTube. But I might do 2 a week, who knows, but certainly one a week. So look for those updates, look for assignments and assignment updates and due dates. If you want to contact me, email me at docall@dcc.edu, docall@dcc.edu. It's on the top of the syllabus. Don't message me through Canvas, because for some reason Canvas messages go to my clutter, and I don't check that every day. I check the DCC email multiple times every day. And I think that's about it. I just have a few notes I wanted to mention. There's also on our Canvas, there's a student resources page, and it has links there too. Lots of links that can be helpful. So crack that open. That's going to be near the top of the Canvas homepage, and do read the syllabus, and you can see, kind of judge what's coming your way. And if you also, people in the workforce who have an office job and do writing, inquire with them. Ask them what kind of things are they writing. Reports, procedures, memos, professional emails. My sister retired recently as a nurse, but she said she had to leave. She was a supervisor in the Uptown hospital, and she had to leave her office many times to go track down RNs, LPNs, nursing assistants, because they were not writing well, and she couldn't deal with bad writing. Because a lot of times it goes to a medical advisory board in Baton Rouge to okay expensive procedures involving insurance, and you see what I mean? I think you get what I'm saying. You've got to be on point all the time, and we'll talk more about that too. I just wanted to intro you to the course and say hello. It's a privilege to be your professor this semester. Look for updates; they'll be coming, certainly weekly. And if you have any questions, reach out. And good luck this semester. It's a privilege to be your professor. And I'll talk to you soon via video, and you can always email me as well. All right, take care until next time.